YouTube. How we doing today? Yep. Who? Let's see who's in there. Hey, Mike. Hey, I said it, but so Charles got up early. I said, "Well, let me let me get going." I said to myself, "Let me get going." Keep them trying to figure out. Yeah, keep folks keep y'all on your toes. You know what I mean? But you know how it is. We trying to figure this stuff out. Good morning. So how's the weather? How's the weather up there? I don't know if it want to get hot, cold, warm, whatever. I'm trying to reset my body from all that AC, but I have to watch it because the missus gets mad when it gets too hot in here. You know what I mean? Normally I have no problem getting up, but lately my body is saying my body's saying no. You know, I could have slept longer, and usually I don't. Trying to figure out what the heck's going on, but who knows? We'll figure it out. You know what I mean? 13, Jesus. Well, a lot of my Bermuda, well, actually my Bermuda in the front is coming in. It's starting to come out of his dormancy because they have some stuff. It's like liquid fertilizer. It's called Sundays or something like that. Normally I get it over the over the winter, so it goes from like 27, 20 to $27 for a bag of it. Normally over the winter I can get it for like $5. So I've been throwing that down, and I think I'm gonna spray the front again and then spray the back. I just got a little bit of Bermuda sod in the back, and it's starting to come out of his dormancy. Later on today, I'm going to cut. I need to cut the backyard. I've been letting it grow. Just trying to let the seed get established before I bring the big dog, the big John Deere out and cut it. And it's starting to look like that's what it's doing, but when you got so many things to do, trying to make make the missus happy and trying to get stuff done and trying not to overdo it, because lately I got a habit of overdoing it, and and then next thing you know, I'm miserable, in pain and all that. So I got to slow my roll. I was looking for in Facebook Marketplace, some free dirt, and these guys that do these constructions, like they'll be either apartment complexes or new storefronts or whatever. They have to get rid of that dirt. So, a guy posted on there, you've got to take all 20 loads. I'm like, I didn't read that. No one, and he didn't answer me back. I said, hey, I could take 2 or 3 at the most, dump it in my backyard and I can spread it out. But I haven't heard nothing from him. So, as always, I'm trying to look for something free. Because my backyard and my front is not graded correctly. My neighbors is not graded correctly, and it just breaks my heart every time it rains. It comes right over that retaining wall from a neighbor. So I'm working to figure something out with them. It's funny because they just moved in. The people before them, and it's nothing against Asians, but this guy didn't like me. I tried to be a friendly neighbor or whatever. So Now the people that moved in are, I guess, from the Dominican Republic, and they're nice. And you know, I'm lending a hand. They was out in the backyard burning leaves just in a pile, and I said, you know, for safety reasons, I went over to my trailer and lifted up the tarp and grabbed. I got one of those rings, you know, that you can burn a fire in, and I just took it over here and said, here, use this. It's more. It's going to be more safety for you than just putting it in a pile. You know what I mean? And I've already got a burn barrel, so I really don't need. I really don't need it back anyway. But you know, I would prefer to have it back. So, you know, but it just wouldn't help. And there was a guy over there. I didn't realize the ladder was a 40. I think it was a 34-foot. I believe a 34-foot ladder. When I tried to lift it, I almost went off balance. But the guy was going up the ladder. He didn't have it secured. He didn't have it, you know, the spikes in the dirt, and you know, he didn't speak a lot of English. So I pointed it out and reset his ladder so he could go up there, and I held it for him. I'm like, man, you're gonna break your neck while I'm sitting here watching. You know, good morning, how you doing? No, I said the guy. I said you're gonna break your neck, and then I, you know, pointed out that when you're in the dirt, you got to put those spikes down in there, you know, and then you can go up. And then he had the ladder up there backwards. I'm like, boy, this guy he don't really know what he's doing. And so I helped him with that, but just trying to be a nice neighbor, not trying to overdo it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But the problem with that, Mike, is those railroad ties. They went up to, they're like 40, 45 bucks for one tie. One tie. And them things, bro, they heavy as hell. I'm not even gonna, I'm not we not even gonna sugarcoat that. They're heavy. Um I found a few places where I can get them like 20, you know, 20, 25 bucks, and some look kind of off, and they want $8 for them. I don't have this time around, but I'm gonna relook when I come home the next time. And yeah, exactly. Now that everybody wants to dig in your pockets. You know, they want to dig in your pockets. Um, it's it's a dang good shame. You know what I mean? They want to dig in your pockets and take every last dime from you. Um, and again, I do have a retaining wall with railroad ties on it, but it wasn't done right. You know, you're supposed to, when you put that railroad ties on the wall, you're supposed to dig behind it and have a wall of gravel with a mesh, you know, between the gravel and the dirt, and you know, a drainage pipe starting from one end at a slant all the way to the other. That's the only thing you can do. I can't stop his water from coming into my yard, but I can make it go where I need it to go. I needed to come to the end of my driveway, because I don't know if y'all ever seen the video I did, because normally when it would rain like that, it would you know, puddle up at the end of the driveway and then dig its way down, you know, my backyard. And you know, before I put that 18 tons in there was like a valley, and you know, roots and everything, and it was like a flood. I think I did a short on that where I showed you what it looked like when it rained. And you know, I dug a drainage with the first pipe, the first part of it. I pulled it out and put a solid pipe in there. So the first 10 to 15 feet, it's a solid green pipe. And I even got a split so off my, you know, off my back wall, you know, my garage, it drains into that and then empties out. And then after that, it goes to you know, a pipe with a lot of holes in it to drain into the ground. And then it's still, you know, when we get these big rains, it still empties out. But it makes it a whole lot better. Empties out at the back of my property. It cuts across the neighbors. There's no way we could stop it. And then it goes back down past his property. It looks a whole lot better. And I had to get, a pallet of sod because it's still, when I put all that dirt back there, there was nothing holding it. So I had to put some sod down to hold it in there, and it's starting to take hold, thank God. And it's starting to take hold, and I'm gonna spend this summer filling it in, and making that nice and green and cutting it and doing what I need to do. But it makes it somewhat, I'm not gonna say frustrating, but it's a constant battle. Every once in a while I would like to come home and not have so many, and not have so many things that I need to do. But it just needs to be done. I am working to figure a lot of this stuff out. I think I got a notepad. I just think I need to start making a list and then prioritize what needs to go first, what needs to get done, what doesn't need to be done yet, but put it on the list, and yada yada yada. So that's where I'm at. I'm back down to trying to do one meal a day, but we're working on that. Because my wife, she loved to cook, she loved to do everything for me. I got I got on the grill yesterday, and I kind of overdid it, but I was having fun anyway. I did some well, you might as well say I did some smoking, but I got they're not big pieces of wood, but they're about that long and about that fat. So I literally made in the grill on one side. I made oak. It was oak. I think hickory. It was hickory. Hickory's strong. I'm learning. Hickory's strong. I did an oak fire with some charcoal briquettes in there to keep it going, and that smoke, boy, it got in that meat. But the wife had made spaghetti, so I didn't eat that last time. But we put it in the oven, and it came out a little dark. But that was from I did a whole chicken with whole jerk chicken, and then the other one I just seasoned up. It's a little dark, but it's got a strong hickory flavor to it. So now I learned not to put so much wood. I think I'm gonna just get in there with some plastic gloves and pull the chicken apart, and maybe go get some, because it doesn't look good, but it ain't burnt. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna go to the store and get some. They have this. It's like a sugar-free barbecue sauce. I think I'm gonna do that and pull a chicken, sugar-free barbecue sauce, and do something like that where it'd be like pulled chicken. Like people do pulled pork. I just do pulled chicken and make it look a little bit better, because I'm not throwing it away. You can believe that. But it is what it is. You live and you learn. I was rushing it. When you do something like that, you got to be, especially if you're going to smoke it or something like that, you got to be way ahead of the game. You can't wait till like start doing it at 5 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to see what it would do, and it did what it did. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'll go over there. Might have to run to the bank because I have no bank cards. Won't have them for a few days. Isn't that freaking ridiculous? Maybe just do, a pulled barbecue chicken sandwich. One is just regular seasoning, and the other one, is going to be jerk. And then, um, yeah, whatever doesn't get eaten, I'm putting in this, a Ziploc bag, and guess where that's going? It's going with me on the truck. So it'll last when I need it. But okay, came up with some ideas. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. There was a I noticed it on not YouTube, TikTok yesterday. It was a short video, and the lady was so she was so confident in herself to say how stupid what she was saying, but it was so true. The lady said men can't read between the lines, and then she backtracked and said, most men. I think she was talking about the gay men. Okay, nothing against gay folks, but you guys understand women because you're trying to be one, and there's nothing wrong with that. So don't come for me. I don't care. But the lady was explaining that her husband had came to her and asked her, what do you want for your birthday? And she said, nothing. I don't want nothing. And any normal idiot, which I'm going to say, me, would have gotten your behind nothing. Not a goose eggs. And I'm going to give you a short story about that in my life. And the guy, her birthday comes around, but she was expecting, well, maybe he's going to give me flowers or something like that. But you told him nothing. Okay? You told him nothing. He, no flowers were delivered to her job because you told him nothing. After that, she said, well, when he comes to pick me up, he'll have the flowers in his hand. When he came to pick her up, nothing. Well, maybe he has them at home. When she got home, nothing. So now she's fuming. Okay. And she's all upset, and then, she's, well, maybe we're going to go out to dinner. He said, when they got home, he said he got us and went to bed. So she confronts him and wants to know why you didn't get me, nothing for my birthday. Because you said you wanted nothing. Hello. My wife's birthday just passed. We were struggling to get onto this cruise. And then, we have to fly out to get to my best friend's wedding. We don't really have the money right now because we did 2 back-to-back cruises 6 months apart. That's a lot of money. And it was not really kind of relayed to me what she wanted for her birthday. And I said, well, what do you want for your birthday? Well, I said we're kind of low on money right now. And it's all right. Money would be fine. I was like, like a red flag went up. Bro ain't stupid. So I was trying to figure out. So okay, I was struggling. What can I get her? What can I get her? What can I get her? Um, it was more of a I don't want nothing, but you better give me something. And I kind of figured I better get her something. So, I wound up getting her, some diamond earrings. I had to break out the K Jewelry credit card and, you know, and get that, add another bill to the list. And the reason why I did that is if I come with nothing, I'm going to be in trouble for the longest time, and I'll be a piece of shit and everything else. And don't get me wrong, she deserves everything that I can give her. But sometimes, I just want to, um, hold back. This woman gives me freaking everything, man. I still got clothes that have the tags on them. I'm like, stop, I love you to death. Stop buying me clothes. I got enough. Take care of me. I really don't. Me, when I say I don't want nothing, I'm good. You know what I mean? If you, even if I say I don't want nothing, but you look, you know, I'm working on this core aerator. You can go ahead and buy some of them holders for the tines or in the tines itself. The holders are $64 a piece. I need four. I need four of those. The tines are about 8 to 10 a piece. I need a total of 12, and the size is 3/8. That's the stuff I need. Two belts for my Toro Greensmaster 1000. It's those little things would make me happy. You know, Something to hang up in my garage. I'm starting to make my garage, my man cave with little stuff on the walls. But I this is my second marriage. My first marriage, I didn't get jack. I barely got a card, and I got a card. I think it was from my son. Christmas. What I get a tie or something. I get more than I believe in, and this is not putting myself down. I believe I deserve, but I'm okay with that. So you have to in these times and these days of relationships, you got to figure out the person that you're with. And I'm not sounding ungrateful. You have to figure out who you really are with and what they want. You have to figure out what they prefer and what they're looking for. Because she mentioned the other day, that she was upset about all the towels being out, and the closet needs to be redone. Well, I had me a beer or two, and I pulled out all the towels and restacked them. Didn't refold them, because when women fold it, your fold is wrong. Theirs is right. All of the folds that I did was how I took them out of the towel closet, which was a monstrosity. I'm going to get the top, and I just got two more shelves to do, the top and the bottom. And I'm listening, or trying to listen to what is irking her or getting on her nerves. You know what I mean? As in relationships, we have to sometimes put ourselves to the side and at least try to listen to our better half, the other person that we're with. It's because this day and age, selfishness is running rampant. People don't really give a flip. They say they love you, but they love you till you run out of reasons for them to need you. If they don't need you no more, you're out of here, buddy. You know, and that's happened to me in my dating life. You know, when I wasn't needed anymore, or all the personal whatever's why I was there was used up. You know, I was, dumped and left like like a piece of trash. Oh, old coffee, man. I gotta get rid. I'll be forgetting. I'm leaving stuff here in my studio. I call this my studio. My studio. Oh, brother. But we have to figure it out and make it not, sometimes it can be so painful to be in the right and to be in a relationship. That's because you're fighting against maybe yourself or that person. Well, you have to look inside and see, is this the person I want to be with? Is this the person I need to be with? Is this the person that was given to me by God? And those three reasons will give you the reasons why you would keep moving forward. There's you could see that in all the statistics, a lot of the divorces come from women nowadays. And one I think it was like one story. I don't know if it's true. So a lot of the time these TikToks and these Reddit stories, you don't know if they're true or people make them up. But one of them, and it kind of reminded me of something that I went through, where the lady had made more than the man. Got raises and raises and raises. We as men, when we get in a job that we're comfortable with, we don't look to grow. We don't look to be bigger. We just look to be left alone and do our job and come home, relax, maybe go fishing, cut the lawn, have some beers and just be ourselves. But nowadays, our women, and there's nothing against that. So don't come for me because I don't care. They want this, that, and the other, and, six figure this, six figure that, and when you do stuff like that, when you lose that stuff, you lose your daggone mind. I'm a boss bitch and all this other stuff. I don't want to be with a bitch. I don't want to be with a female dog. And I'm not your employee. I'm your husband. I'm your mate. I'm your friend. I'm your, lover. I'm not your employee. So, and you find out a lot, you hear those stories over and over. Well, I make all this money now and he's beneath me and I need to, I need better and all this other stuff. I didn't marry my wife for her money. I married her for her personality. I married her for who she is as a person. I married her for her love. I married for how she treats me, how she thinks about me, and how we have fun when we have fun together. It's not about the money. I've been broke before. I've been destitute before and got out of that. I lost it all. I lost it all a couple of times. Last time was in a fire. I had my 18-wheeler, my truck burnt to the ground. I lost everything. Slowly built it back. Built it back quicker because I found the woman that's in another room asleep. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about, well, I gotta get the bag, I gotta get this, I gotta get that, you know, it's all this I gotta. When you start thinking like that, when does it stop? When does it stop? You see all this gray. Life's short. People are dropping off like flies. I want to be happy, and I am happy. Even when I'm mad at her, I'm happy. You know why? Because I like her. It's not all about love. It's about like. It's about like first. Because when you like somebody, you don't want to hurt their feelings. When you like somebody, you want to do for them. When you like somebody, you watch your mouth. When you like somebody, you don't pop off and be hurtful for no apparent reason. If something's bothering you or whatever. When you like somebody, you do things to make them happy or make them uh, appreciate you. You know what I mean? Those are the things you do. And then when like and love, they kind of intertwine, like that. When they intertwine like that, it it makes something so fantastic that, yeah, think I think he's um I think he's leaving. Getting on the road today, so he's probably sleeping in because he said he was leaving out Tuesday. Which, well, I don't know. He might be asleep. I'm off. Let's see. It's Wednesday, so he's probably on the road. So he's probably sleeping right now. That's the only reason. If he's sleeping, he ain't getting up for nobody because he's got to get his sleep so he can drive. Um, but that is that's something that I learned. And again, I'm not no guru. Um I don't practice to say that I know everything. I know what works for me as a person, and for me, it's very appreciative. Um, you know, I don't know why I try to use these big words, but it makes the moments that you have or cherish with that person. It makes those moments fun. You know, um, I've been feeling bad that I gained a lot of my weight back, but I knew it was coming as soon as I got back on that boat. Uh, um, I know when I'm gonna be able to get back into it, and how I'm gonna get it off. When I get on the road, I will be able to control my eating and in those habits. Um, when I'm at home, my wife wants to have 3 meals a day. And, I see that look in her eyes when I don't want to eat. And it's not like I don't hate your food. I need to slow it down a little bit. You know what I mean? But I don't want to hurt her feelings. So that's why I get down and, I eat. And it's good. And she's not a horrible cook. She's actually a great cook. But she's bringing me back into the carb world. I want spaghetti. I want this. I want that. And I'm like, it's not good for neither one of us. But it's all right. Again, like I said, I'm going to take that chicken. I'm gonna pull it apart today, um, and do like a pulled chicken barbecue sandwich, well, with low carb bread and a side or two, and probably get some, like, maybe some coleslaw, a small container of coleslaw, and a vegetable, and that's going to be the meal that I'm gonna have today. But and then the rest, I'm gonna just put in a Ziploc bag and freeze it. So I'll take it on the road next week. But this is what again, what I'm saying is it's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about her or them. It's about us when you're together in a relationship. Like I'll give you an example. For the last five, well, yeah, we she bought me, she bought me a laptop before that. That one was really crappy, but she had asked me what did I want for my birthday. I said, I like, I'm starting to do this YouTube thing, and I'm, starting to learn about, uh, you know, uh, doing the videos and stuff. Um, I'd like to get a laptop, and I said it don't need to be a big expensive ones, but I'd like to get a laptop, and be able to when I'm home, be able to do lives like I'm doing right now. And of course, what did I get? I got an HP laptop. Almost, almost let some scammers just totally obliterate my life, but I didn't know, But I, you see what I'm saying? It's a very humbling thing where whatever you ask for, you get. But I don't want to take advantage of that. I never want to take advantage of her because I got a good woman. Hey, welcome home. Yeah, I've been home for a few days, Miss T. You know what I mean? But again, it keeps you when these relationships we get into them and we don't realize that we have to stay humble. We have to stay humble and do the right thing. It's like I got the subtle hint that I needed to clean up my side of the bedroom. So I cleaned it up. He got the Pine Sol out and wiping everything down and making sure my stuff looked good. Even pulled the covers and the comforter and washed everything. And you know, um, you, you don't need to give me subtle hints. Just tell me. You know what I mean? If that's what you need me to do, that's what you need me to do. But change the subject. I was so stressed. Bro, and ladies, I was so stressed out yesterday. Oh my God. Um, and what I mean by that, it's my birthday. Not my birthday, but it's the year where I had to renew my license. And these, I, I didn't make an appointment last year quick enough. These glasses cost me $500 freaking. And I do have, eye insurance or whatever, but I couldn't get the appointment in time before I took my CDL health exam last year. So I had to, get these glasses. But it seems like what they want you to see is so freaking far away. I'm like, who can see that crap? And so I get nervous, and um I knew I had to renew the license yesterday, and then I had to take the hazmat test, which means that recertifies me for what 8 more years of taking this, you know, transferring this stuff across country. And then I realized while I was studying it, I was doing a piss poor job of transporting hazmat materials. So, I got to get back on my game so I don't hurt myself or anybody else when I do transport hazmat. I don't transport all the time, but I learned that. But I'm horrible at taking tests. It feels like when I take a test, it feels like somebody has a gun to my head. It says, you make the wrong answer, I'm going to freaking kill you, you poor soul. And I'm like, I'm shaking and sweating and, and I started hitting that button and pressing the button because you do it on a computer and says, well, what is it A, B, or C? Well, I said, normally it looks like it'd be A, but C, I think this might be a trick question. I think it's C, and then you get it wrong, like, you're freaking out. And you're going, oh my God, if I fail this test, I'm gonna have a conniption. And I think it was like three wrong. And then I had to go, I calculated, I had like 20 more questions before, you know, to go to pass this thing. So my heart is jumping out my chest, and I'm on the brink of tears because Captain Emotional here. I'm on the brink of tears, going, man, if I got to come back tomorrow, because being a veteran, and I went through the whole process. It's on my license. Being a veteran, I get this stuff for free, and all of the motor vehicles and stuff, I get to do it for free, so I don't have to pay. But it was just coming back, and feeling like an idiot. I don't know if y'all ever watched Tom and Jerry, where where Tom had the donkey head, looking like Jackass. I was sweating, and I was like, I'm about to hit the button, and I'm not looking, and then I look back, and it says it was correct. And people looking at me like, oh, jeez, oh, thank you, Lord, thank you, Jesus, Jesus, in the name of Jesus, thank you, and I'm freaking out, but I'm sitting there cracking up. I said, this is so stupid that I got to go through this, and I find when the last one, I forgot how many numbers it says you passed, and I sat there in the daze. I'm sat there in the daze going, wait a minute. I'm going, wait a minute. And I took my glass off. I'm looking at it. I passed. When I hit the button real quick, I thought just in case the computer wanted to change his mind. No, like psych, we just playing with you. But I mean, it stressed me to the brink. And then, I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there and trying to figure out. Okay, I passed. And then something said, "Get your fat behind up and go stand back in the line and get your daggone license, fool." And I got up and whew, I strutted over there, and I looked at the guy. Said, "Oh, I passed. Whew, Lord, time to go." And it got my license, and that was that was the drama that I had yesterday. And boy, when I say drama, I'm horrible at taking tests. I failed my first CDL test, something something bad. I was running over cones and everything. I can look back at it now and laugh, but I was just so terrified. I was so freaking terrified, and I wound up, because I knew I was bad at it. Not bad at the driving, but bad at taking tests. When I, went for my CDL the second time, they had the school, which is it's a third part. I think a third party or a second party. It's a school, but it's also a testing facility for Georgia, for the state of Georgia. So in turn, the person that does the test will be one of your instructors. So in the beginning, he says, I'm going to be an instructor till this week. Then after that, I can't be your instructor no more because I'm going to be your tester. So, I sat there and I studied and I learned and good morning. Hey, when I started at 4:45, my man, and I sat there and I tested and I walked the route, and because you had to do like 90-degree back into there. I would walk it out. I said, when I get here, I'm gonna start my turn. When I do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. And I, even the day that I, was to do my test, I was there like 3 or 4 hours early, walking the parking lot like I was ready to go to battle, ready to go to war. And it was so funny that when I got in the seat, and he said, commence, you go ahead and do this, and I did it, and it was perfect. And says, okay, you're done, move on to the next one. And I thought, oh, okay. And then I would do the next one, and um I did that one, and you're done. Honk the horn. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I honked the horn, and I did it. And it was all of the things that you had to do. You had to go out and drive, and bring the truck back. You had to do a straight back. You had to do a 90-degree. You all this stuff you had to do, and then you get out the truck, and you have a seat, and I think I had a seat or. Hey, good morning, my man from, but good morning, Blue Chicken. And I remembered, I think I was standing up, and what they do is if they walk up to you and give you it's a sealed envelope. You have to walk that sealed envelope to the Department of Motor Vehicles to get your CDL. Well, he walked over there. I didn't see it yet. Then he pulled it out and gave it to me. He said, "Congratulations, Mr. Banks. You passed." And I actually got dizzy. I almost fell the heck out. And I had to sit there. I sit there in amazement that I actually did it. And then go all that, and I said all that to say that I'm a horrible test taker. And it blew me away. And I never turned back since. But from that right there, I learned I was a horrible test taker. So my heart starts racing and everything just starts going overboard. You know. Good morning, welcome in. And being that horrible test taker, it helped me to understand that I can blow stuff out of proportion. When I start laughing, you knew I'm stressing out. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, I'm going like, "Why me, Lord? I'm a good man," But it turned out to be one of the turning points in my life. You know what I mean? Because I was installing satellite dishes. That's why I talked earlier about helping my neighbor with the ladder, because I had to get on roofs. I actually had a 34-foot ladder. That thing is heavy and humongous. But I know that's the safety behind it. You know what I mean? And that, that you know, that was one of the times where I lost everything because, trying to be a satellite dish installer, I lost my house, lost my car, lost my motorcycle. I was trying to rebound. That's why I, went and, learned how to drive a truck. And I think I've been with Knight I'm thinking going on. It's I think about 70 years now. It's the longest I've ever been in a job. So it's a blessing. Get a ladder to go to high school. God. It's been a blessing. I wouldn't say, everybody would say curse, but I wouldn't say that it was a curse. It's been a blessing. Right now, I'll be honest with you, I'm ready to get back on the road. Uh, we're not used to seeing each other as much as we see each other right now. But you know, we're gonna have to, because one day I'm gonna get off the road. And you're gonna see me a lot. But you know, that's okay too. We have to learn each other. You know, one of the things about the speech I'm going to give my best friend. Uh, one of the things I'm going to say, it has something to do with waking up in the middle of the night, and I periodically wake over in the middle of the night to check and see if my wife's there. I've always done that. My first wife, when I would do that, she would say, "Get off me." Like I was like a piece of, like I was a dog or a piece of shit or something. And you don't know how much that hurt me to my bones. You know, this woman in the other room that's still asleep, if I put my hand on her or whatever, she'll come closer, and I will have a smile on my face. I'm surprised it doesn't light up the room, you know, from the yellow goo on my teeth. No, I'm just kidding. But that smile on my face is the best present, because you always add, you know, we were talking about earlier, what do you want? What do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Christmas? Whatever. The best present I ever had was to know that I had someone sleeping next to me that actually gave a flying F-U-C-K about me. The best present I ever got was to wake up in the middle of the night and say, "Honey, can you move over a little bit? Oh, you got all that room." And I'm about to fall off the bed because you're this close to me. You know what I mean? Mush, mush. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Blue Chicken, the reason I can say second wife, I, I, I appreciate this one. I really do. When you learn to appreciate a person, and the things that you do, like I said earlier, you know, I get off this thing, I'm gonna go in that closet and I'm gonna finish the job. I'm gonna take out the stuff on the top on the bottom on, refold it, put it in there, because she mentioned that, you know, and I'm Captain DIY, you know. When my wife says, you know, this is bothering me, and well, that's bothering you, baby. Don't worry about it. I got it handled. And then I'm gonna take all, because what we do both do it. We wash our clothes downstairs and take the whole pile and dump it on the couch. So we got this big pile of clothes. So I'm gonna be spending the morning. I'm not going outside and playing in the lawn. I'm gonna wipe all that down and get everything off the couch, and you know, get that ready. You know what I mean? And that, you know, those things is what, you know, someone appreciates more than what you think, because they look back and say, this person heard me. But it goes back to what that lady says. You know, the lady was saying that men don't know how to read between the lines. We don't. But I'm on my second marriage. I didn't know how to read between the lines, but I'm looking between the lines. You know what I'm saying? Best wife, real wife. Well, not yeah, exactly. You know, you know. I get more nervous about putting my wife on a pedestal, because if I lose her, I might lose it. But you're right; she is the best wife. Ooh, Blue Chicken, man, bro. I think we got females in the what you call it. We gotta watch that, bro. And I think we just lost her. Jesus, dude. I get the joke, but I get it, man. But God, I get it, bro. You're killing me, man. You're killing me, man. Oh boy, Lord Jesus. Oh man. Hey, I'm trying to build a brand here. We Jesus. Well, we do this at the crack of dawn. You're a prime example, brother. We have adult jokes in the vicinity. God, oh boy, that's all right, man. When the host laughs, you could be that. It can't be that bad. I guess that's that Aussie, um, the Aussie comic relief or something like that. Is that what it is? Oh boy, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. But it's all right. Oh man. Um, it's 8:45 p.m. Oh, okay. Okay. But I gotta convince my wife to come down there. See, but that's what I'm saying. Australians and New Yorkers, we we get along very very well. Yeah, and see that's the whole thing. I'm gonna tell you that story. My wife, my best wife, I didn't realize it, but me and Charles come from Long Island, New York, and I didn't realize how much around Charles I was cussing up a storm. I mean, cussing up a storm. F this and F that mother effer, and you can lick the crack of my F and whatever. You F and you C word this and H word that and B word this and B word that and laughing. And I remember she would look at me a few times and I get mad. She'd get mad at what are you cussing for like that? What's the matter with you? I'm like, what are you talking about? I literally was like, what are you talking? And I realized that New Yorker in me, because that's what New Yorkers do. It's there's a lot of cussing, and I didn't realize. And I asked Charles, I said, "Man, do I be cussing a lot around you?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "But it didn't." He said it didn't bother him, especially like if you like, you know, like especially like people from like Brooklyn and especially in the city itself. There's a comedian, and I said it before. He was like, there was a teacher talking about the Falklands. He said, "Which Falklands? What Falklands you freaking fucking flarking talking about? The Falkland Islands." It was so funny. Wow. What is they have a word for You guys have a word for, and I think it's no, I'm not gonna say it, but there's an N word. It means the same thing as the N word down in Australia. Because I seen a video where a brother was telling this dude, "Say it again," and the guy said it again. He knocked him the heck out. But there was I think it was a, a C. It was a C word, but don't type it. We don't we don't want no drama. But it's the same thing where you know we we right now as people, as human beings, have lost our ability to see where people are joking and when people are serious. Like, yeah, the I said I had mentioned. Whoa. But the door opened up, man. Man, I have to go pray or something, like a ghost or something. But we as people like to, what's the word? We can't. Everything is so serious that we don't know how to joke no more. Um, I mentioned on the boat that there was a lot of, rednecks, but I didn't mean that. Um, I didn't mean that in the way of being derogatory. I meant that I thought it was pretty cool because you always hear the comedian, you must be a redneck this and redneck that. I thought it was cool because these weren't potbelly rednecks. These were muscle bound, knock your behind out. These were some big dudes. And they would sit in the hot tub, just relaxing. Like you see me, my bandana. We make jokes about my bandana. My man had the baseball cap. He's sitting in the hot tub with a baseball cap on. You know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that door opened up on its own, guys, and I know I closed it. I quick side story. The first house I ever bought was in Dallas, um, um, Dallas, Georgia. And every time I would come to that house, the hairs on the back of my neck, it's a brand new house, would rise up. Uh, I would feel funny in certain areas of the house. And, I started walking around, I got some black spray paint and would spray across in the garage. And, I got some anointing oil and put crosses, anoint on the doors, and prayed and, broke the Bible out. And I did all that until one day I finally said, look, whoever is here, I'm not telling you to leave, but please, 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 just know this. I just signed, to live here. I just bought this house. I'm not going nowhere. So can we just get along? And if you can leave, please, can you leave? And I never felt that, I never felt that after that day. I never felt the hairs on the back of my neck go up. I never felt afraid in that house. I never felt like there was a presence or whatever because I felt that, and I just I said, please, because that area, there was a lot of Confederate battles and stuff like that. So it could have been, a lost spirit or something. So, I learned, I said, please, 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 can you leave if all possible? And I remember that actually happened, and it kind of blew me away. And I see we got 9 people in here. Thank you guys, y'all. I think y'all have broken my live record, other than the live-a-thon, which I'm gonna be again. I'm gonna be doing a live-a-thon, but it's gonna be on the road next. No, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. They're going to shut it down for a little while and then start it up again. So, you know, they were kind of struggling for the early morning hour. So I didn't want to be greedy, like a lot of people are. I didn't want to be greedy. I said, look, I'll just good morning. Um, hey, some of y'all, if we don't know y'all, hit hashtag can't stop in in the comments, and so that you guys can connect. That's I haven't had this many people before. We're not used to this. This is amazing. But good morning, and welcome in. But yeah, the silliness is coming over me. But that I forgot where it was, but yeah, I might have to. I'm gonna do a short show y'all. I got a wall. I have a wall full of crosses. I have a wall full of crosses, and I just got it. I just started buying them when I was on the road, because when you get like Louisiana, Texas, and in the West, with Louisiana, Texas, in the West, you actually can find crosses. So I just started buying them and then hanging them up on the wall. So I got like all kind of different kind of crosses on my wall, and 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 that part, I think that's what keeps this house protected. So that, and including the house alarm. you know that somebody keeps on forgetting to turn on, but and it ain't me, okay? Because I'm usually the first one to sleep. But we're going to figure that out, because a lot of times when I'm on the road, I will go into the app and turn it on. You know what I mean? I look at the camera and then I'll turn it on. I forgot that there's a few things I forgot to tell my neighbor and tell her about the teenager that likes to walk through both our yards. He gonna be for a rude awakening when you use gas. What kind of gas? Is it let me see. I haven't used this in a minute. Was you trying to do a stinky booty confession there, Mike? Yes, he was. How did I know? Oh, boy. That is one of the things I remember years ago. I was not eating correctly. So certain things would come out of me at all times of the day. So I got into trying to mask it with candles. So you have the candle smell of, lemons, and then poison gas. And I learned that that eating right and taking with the Metamucil to clear you out kind of helps too. Oh boy. But I'm gonna have to probably today I gotta go out and get another white shirt. Um Ooh, Lord, windows open in the winter. Yeah. Well, yeah, your house is cold, bro. We went to Child's house and almost got frostbite. I'm sorry, I need heat. Uh, but I said she's waking up in a few minutes, so I don't want her to be like, it's hard here. So I turned the heat off. Oh my God. Oh man. Boy, yeah, we coming to the end because I got the giggles. Okay. Well, I'll be working on some more subjects and more titles and more stuff for this week. And then I have to work on the live-a-thon. I try to have something specifically ready for the live-a-thon. Don't know what it is going to be yet, but we're going to have something, you know. um, One last thing, I got aerate out, and I realized it raised up a little bit, because I have I'm gonna crack open the big part of it, see if there's something might be blocking the the hydraulics. I don't want to mess with the hydraulics. I want to wait till I get some extra money. There's a guy I can actually take it to, to see if there's anything that's blocking it, to raise it up. And if I can get it raised up where I can control it to go up and down, it's going to be, right now I could probably sell it maybe $1,000. But if I get the hydraulics fixed on it, on the aerator, I could raise that price to $4,000. And that is the exciting part about it. So, but the one thing is they don't make the parts for it no more. But there's two guys I could probably buy theirs from and use the parts off of theirs. Yeah, yeah, I need to go ahead and I'll start working on that today. After. Hey, Charles, if you're still in there, I smoked. I got some those pieces of wood like you got. They sold them at Walmart for hickory, and boy, I started a big old fire on my grill, and I didn't do it right on top of it, but I put it next to it. I got some chicken with a really strong hickory flavor to it, and I finished them off in the oven because I waited till the last minute to do it. I know you're supposed to. I learned. You live and you learn. I put too much. One, I put too much wood in there, but I was having fun. It's not burnt. It's just the top part of it is dark. I'm gonna pull it apart and have maybe and have some low carb barbecue, barbecue sauce, and mix that with the chicken and do like a pulled barbecue chicken sandwich on low carb bread. So that's gonna be dinner. But but that's gonna be it. All right, guys, we have made it to Dark 30. I think this was a good one. I wasn't really happy with the conversation yesterday. These are some good thoughts that came into my head. We're working on it. We're working on it to be better, do better. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the cruise tomorrow, about how much that we really had I got to put that. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna make a list of what the talking points I want to talk about tomorrow about the cruise. It was really, really enjoyable, really, really relaxing, and I was ready to get off that boat. Yeah, and that was one of the lessons I learned. The most I want to do is 7 days. Yeah, the most I want to do is 7 days, but it was very enjoyable. We we got beat multiple times in spades, and everybody was this Uno crap, and I never won, but we had fun. That boat made up for the celebration big time. Mardi Gras made up for the celebration big time. It made it worth it, you know. Okay, all right. Take it easy, man. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming through. Where are you at anyway? Bamnola Adventures with the mowers. But again, for you guys that are waking up, good morning. You guys that are going to sleep, good night. You night owls. And always know, if you don't think nobody loves you, God loves you, and I love you too. You guys be blessed, and see y'all tomorrow. Oh, okay, cool. New Orleans. We're gonna have to come through there. Later.